Agenda in your packets. Are there any corrections or changes to tonight's agenda?
I make a motion, we accept the minutes or the agenda.
Okay, I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda is approved. Also, your council minutes from the last meeting were included in your packets. Are there any changes or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, I ask for a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved. Mr. Bogowski, are there any visitors you'd like to recognize this evening?
One visitor that we'll be recognizing at a proclamation later on in the meeting.
Thank you. Next, under communications, request informational items, let's see, items 2 through 5 are requests for the Christmas parade, wine stroll, junk junction, Gus Macker, and railroad days. All these items were discussed at the last work session, and we moved those forward for approval. Is there any further discussion on any of these requests? Is there a motion to accept the requests?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Requests are accepted. Under public hearing and receipt of bids, we have a proposal for infill housing at 1122 Concannon Street. Mr. Sanders.
This is from Johnston Builders, and they are proposing a 1,246 square foot home with 2-car garage. There were diagrams included in your packet. We've had success with them in building in town previously on a couple of locations, and recommend moving it forward.
Okay, any discussion? Ask for a motion to accept the proposal.
So, second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The proposal accepted. Tonight we have a consent agenda. Are there any items on the consent agenda that you would like to remove for discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to read the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Will the clerk read the consent agenda by title one time?
Bill number R1602, a resolution authorizing lifting public consumption, use of public parking, use of the Fennel Complex, and hanging a banner in support of the Chamber of Commerce 2024 Christmas Festival and Parade. Bill number R1603, a resolution authorizing safe passage Taste of Missouri wine stroll for August 24th, 2024 on public sidewalks, alleys, and public grounds and within 100 feet of a school or church. Bill number R1604, a resolution authorizing closing of streets and parking lots and public consumption of alcohol for Junk Junction and the Gus Macker basketball tournament on September 14th and 15th, 2024. Bill number R1605, a resolution permitting the Moberly Rotary Club to locate and operate a carnival in downtown Moberly from June 12th to June 16, 2024, and the closure of downtown streets and the operation of a beer garden during the 18th Annual Railroad Days. Bill number R1606, a resolution of the City of Moberly, Missouri, authorizing a grant application to the Assistance to Firefighters Grant Program. And Bill number R1607, a resolution recognizing official street names to be included in the schedule of street names.
Okay, is there any further discussion on any of these items? I ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent agenda items are approved. Okay, under ordinances and resolutions, number 13.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I have an ordinance approving a second addendum to intergovernmental cooperation agreement and asked to be read twice for consideration.
Okay, we have a motion for the reading of the ordinance. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion second. All those in favor for reading the ordinance signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? First reading.
An ordinance approving a second addendum to intergovernmental cooperation agreement for the operation of a farmer's market at the Fennel Complex and providing further authority.
Any further discussion? Second reading.
An ordinance approving a second addendum to intergovernmental cooperation agreement for the operation of a farmer's market at the Fennel Complex and providing further authority.
Any further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. Roll call, please.
Brubaker?
Yes.
Lucas?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Kaiser?
Yes.
Kimmons?
Yes.
Ordinance passed. Number 14.
Mr. Mayor, I have an ordinance authorizing a cooperative agreement for infill development. Ask for it to be read twice for consideration.
Okay, we have a motion for the reading of the ordinance. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor for the reading of the ordinance signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? First reading.
An ordinance authorizing a cooperative agreement for infill development with Johnston Builders LLC, a Missouri limited liability company.
Any discussion? Second reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing a cooperative agreement for infill development with Johnston Builders LLC, a Missouri limited liability company.
Any further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
Move to approve.
Have a motion to approve. A second?
Second.
Have a second. Roll call, please.
Brubaker?
Yes.
Lucas?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Kaiser?
Yes.
Kimmons?
Yes.
Ordinance passes. Number 15.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have a resolution appropriating money out of the treasury of the city of Moberly, Missouri. And I ask that it be read once for consideration of passage.
Okay, we have a motion for the reading of the resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? First and only reading.
A resolution appropriating money out of the treasury of the city of Moberly, Missouri to pay expenses due between February 16, 2024 and February 28, 2024 in the amount of $646,268.12.
I hereby certify that there is sufficient money standing to the credit of the city of Moberly, Missouri, unappropriated in the funds identified in this resolution to meet the requirements of this resolution. City Treasurer Matthew P. Douglas. Any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution passes. Next, under anything else to come before the council, I think we have a couple of things. First, number 16 is consideration to appoint Ross Dutton to the Fire Prevention Board of Appeals to fill the remainder of the vacant term expiring 2026 created by the resignation of Tom Hall.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Dutton is appointed to the Fire Prevention Board of Appeals. Did you want to bring that up now? Okay, I think Councilman Kimmons has something.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. I have had a couple of inquiries from Wabash Heights and Rail West concerning low water pressure. And I just wanted to bring it up so that we might have a chance at some point in time to discuss the problem and what fixes might be available. Part of the consideration about this is all the new development that's going out there. So I just thought I would bring it up see if the council would like to have something done about it in terms of learning more about it. I'd like to know more about it. And I talked with Mr. Wilson. He was very helpful on it. But I just thought we should have it as a topic of discussion. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion regarding that? Oh, excuse me. Any further discussion on that one? No? Okay. you say something?
I was just gonna say, I'm willing to look at solutions or whatever as John asked.
Okay. Okay, we'll move on. Number 17 is public comments. If anyone is here to address the council, please step forward. Please present your card to the clerk and state your name and address for the record. You'll have 4 minutes to address the council.
That's enough time.
Okay. Do you want to do the proclamation right now? So tonight we have a proclamation to AmeriCorps Seniors Program. They provide opportunities for more than 200,000 Americans to serve their country through service at nonprofits, schools, public agencies, and community and faith-based groups across the country. In Moberly, dozens of AmeriCorps seniors volunteers of diverse ages and backgrounds help to meet local needs at a number of locations in Moberly and Randolph County by responding, tutoring, or mentoring children and youth, supporting veterans and military families, fighting food insecurity, and supporting Christmas programs. AmeriCorps senior volunteers encourage collaboration and partnerships, leveraging millions of volunteers in service and acquiring the support of business, foundation, and other local partners to increase the effectiveness of their initiatives. Thank you very much for everything you all do. Can you put that lens on there? It makes me look better.
In case you're wondering who the heck is this guy up here, my name is Harold Smith. I am the coordinator for the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program through Douglas Community Services in Hannibal. And the mayor mentions all of the volunteers 55 and older who still have time and talents to give. One of the counties that is in our service area is Randolph County. One of our partners is the Senior American Multipurpose Center. We have a good group, excellent group. Rebecca and Elena and those folks do an excellent job, and we're happy to partner with them to provide recognition, appreciation, so that these seniors that give of their time for all of our partner agencies know that they are appreciated more than we can say. I'm sure you'll agree, if it wasn't for the volunteers in a lot of these organizations, they wouldn't go. We depend on them, indeed. And this is a national, next week, March 10th through the 16th is National AmeriCorps Seniors Appreciation Week. And we're making the rounds to the city councils. You guys are the one, and this was the same way last year, nice frame and everything. You guys do it up just right.
We need to thank Shirley for that. She does a great job.
Speaking of people that make it go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Okay, is there anything else to come to the regular session? Hearing none, I ask for a motion to adjourn to a work session followed by a closed session
So moved.
to discuss the status of legal personnel and negotiated contract matters. We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second?
Motion second. Roll call, please.
Brubaker,
Yes.
Lucas,
Yes.
Jeffrey,
Yes.
Kaiser,
Yes.
Kimmons.
Yes.
We are adjourned from regular session. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Now we're going to move on to work session. So I'll go ahead and open up tonight's work session. Very first one I have on here is a resolution of the City of Moberly, Missouri. I don't know, Randall or Michael?
I'll cover this.
Randall,
Mr.
you
Mayor.
want to take
Yes,
this one?
please.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, the Law Department is seeking a resolution from the council adopting a non-discrimination policy to supplement our personnel policies and procedures manual. That manual does not currently have a general non-discrimination policy statement. And we were recently had difficulty in making a federal grant application because they asked for such a policy statement. So the policy statement will be adopted by resolution and will be put in our personnel manual, which should satisfy these further grant application requirements.
Okay. Any questions or comments? If not, are you okay moving this one forward? Okay, we'll move this forward to the next council meeting. Number two, we have a special tax bill for demolition property at 522 South Williams. Tom?
This was a large two-story house on the corner, as you see down there, and it was in very bad shape. The total bill on that was $21,249.46. I mean, it was a very large house, had some asbestos issues, and so you can see the cost on our properties and demos are really jumping up. I mean, that's a 40-foot wide lot, so it would be eligible. They'll put something back, but it would have to be as a specialized house to fit on that property. We don't own it. This is a tax bill going against the current.
Okay, any questions or discussion on this one? If not, are you ready? Are you okay moving this one forward? Okay, we'll move this forward to the next council meeting. Number three, special tax bill for demolished property at 824 West Coates. Tom?
This is again a large structure, had some asbestos, a lot of fill and material around it, a lot in the rooms, had a lot of debris. Total bill on it was $22,395.29. So as you can see, with our budget that we have, it's that number at the bottom. I want to point out, it shows the funding amount. That was the original amount. That's not what we have in there now. So this will probably be the last work we're doing right now as far as demolition of this fiscal year. So.
Okay, any questions for Tom? If not, are you okay moving this one forward? Okay, we'll move this forward to the next council meeting. See, number four, Tom, receipt of bids.
We bid the Reclamite, and the restorative seal early because we have several counties that share that material. They do a cooperative pricing off of our bids, so they were wanting to get that out. We knew what our quantities were, so put it out a little bit early. You can see our restorative seal is $155 a square yard, and the Reclamite's $105 a square yard. And there's some additional charges on there for sweeping and notifications. We always do our own sweeping, so that won't apply to us. And the notifications are just where they hang flyers on the door, so we'll probably participate in that part of it.
Any questions?
How does this compare to last year's contract?
I think we were right at $1 on the Reclamite last year, and the restorative seal was in the 140s, I believe, so not significantly higher.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? If not, are you okay moving this one forward? Okay, we'll show this. We're going to move this one forward to the next council meeting. Number five, acceptance of a temporary and permanent easement to move the Urbandale pillars. Tom?
This was just the one of the two we acquired on the front there. We acquired one from the Waza, which is on one side, and one from the Tony Dunlop, yes, on the other side. And so one of them had some other stipulations there. We had to do some repair work, and so, but this is just cleaning that up and getting that put on the books.
Okay, questions?
I was just going to say, we received the easements. We just never brought them through to council. So
Yeah.
this is
Okay.
just giving us the authority to accept the easements.
One
Okay.
of them had been to council, and the other one didn't, so
Right.
because of the timing of when we received them.
Okay, so hopefully you're okay moving this one forward. Okay, we'll show that we're gonna move this forward to the next council meeting. Number 6, Tom, receipt of bids.
We had money budgeted for some repair work to the offices at the cemetery. The overhead furnace has kind of become a priority. It's hit and miss on when it works, and so it's pretty old, so we're looking at replacing that with a more efficient overhead type furnace, and the low bid was from Smith Refrigeration. I think it was 42 and some change. 4428, I'm sorry. So that's what we're recommending to go forward to the next council meeting, approval of that.
Okay, any questions? If not, are you okay to move this one forward? Okay, we'll show that we're gonna move this forward to the next council meeting. Number 7, I have a request from Nikki Sonker to host the annual Unfinished Pieces 5K on April 13th, 2024. Troy?
So this is an annual 5K, same route as usual, runs from up near the Aquatic Center to the east side of the park and then back by the same route. They've had it a number of years. They're one of, I believe, only 4 that are currently still on the park road. As you recall, a few years ago, we started restricting that based on participation and relegating it only to those that are either at night or over 100 in participation.
Okay, any questions? Are you okay moving this forward? Okay, we'll show that we're gonna move this one forward to the next city council meeting. Number 8, Troy, purchase of 2 mowers.
Sure. As noted in the summary with the grant timeline on Kiwanis Park, that project won't be expended to the extent we had hoped in this budget year. It'll begin late spring, but that'll be pushed to next budget year. So we're looking at alleviating that budget pressure by moving some equipment purchases up. These are, again, equipment purchases as far as the mowers that had already been kicked back a year. So we're doing them on a more timely basis, simply because Kiwanis Park is being pushed disproportionately to next budget year. Gravely is who we've used for a number of years at the athletic complex on flat terrain. They've performed well maintenance-wise, failing, and Salisbury does a great job as far as the maintenance on them, and we haven't had any issues with them on that flat terrain at the complex. These are Sourcewell bid also, so they come on a national cooperative bid.
Okay, any questions? If not, are you okay moving this one forward? Okay, we'll show that we're gonna move this to the next city council meeting. Number 9, receipt of bids for Rothwell Park Lakeshore projects. Troy?
So this was bid with Allstate Consultants. We did receive 5 bids, which I hope continues to be a trend. That's the number we got for Kiwanis Park as well. One was lower than the others. That's JT Holman, and we're recommending approval of JT Holman's bid. They did the Sugar Creek project here in the 2010 timeframe. The engineer, in reaching out to their staff that's worked with JT Holman a number of times over the years, have no qualms about moving forward with him. And again, it's significantly lower than the rest of the pack.
Okay, any questions?
When do you
Mr.
an-
Lucas?
When do you anticipate this project being complete?
My hope is the end of the calendar year, so the bulk of it will be in the upcoming budget year. We're hoping they can start late spring, however.
Okay, other questions? Hearing none, are you okay moving this one forward? Okay, we'll show that this one's gonna be moved forward to the next city council meeting. Number 10, Troy, receipt of bids for the replacement of the east canopy roofing of the Depot Park Museum.
So we advertised for bids and directly reached out to a few contractors as well. We only received 2 on this one. The low bid is BMF. They recently did the Shelter 5 project last budget year. We've had good luck with them. They're timely as well. Again, they're the low bid out of the 2.
Okay, any questions? Are you okay moving this one forward? Okay, we'll show that we're going to move this forward to the next city council meeting. Number 11 is a resolution. Chief Link.
So this is our annual application to the Missouri Department of Transportation, the Highway Safety Grant Program. It's specifically for DWI saturation enforcement. It provides funds for us and other communities like us to actually have some enforcement, what they call DWI saturation. This is one we've applied for and been granted for several years running.
Okay, questions for Chief Link? I had a question. I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer or not. I can't remember the number in here. I think it was like 36 the last 12 months, DWIs, or 35, something like that. I just wondered, historically, are you seeing a trend of the DWIs going down, or are you seeing an increase in them, or?
I'd say the last couple of years, we've seen an increase because we've had more enthusiastic enforcement from some of the officers. They've decided that this is their thing and they're good at it. And so I wouldn't say that the number of impaired drivers on the road has decreased any. I think a lot of the ones we find is because of increased enforcement activities, both in saturation efforts and just the day-to-day stuff. Now, DWI is also drug and alcohol together, so most of these seem to be alcohol. We are finding a few of them that are other substance impairment, but it does seem like it stays pretty consistent and pretty steady. But I do think enforcement efforts on our part does have a direct effect on the numbers that we have.
Okay.
Of course, more officers, you get more people that are interested in doing that in the evening, and they become more motivated too.
Okay. Any other questions? I assume you're okay with moving this one forward, so we'll show that we're going to move this forward to the next council meeting. And last on the list, number 12, a request from Moberly Area Council of the Arts for 4th Street closure between Rollins and Reed for the Phobia Film Festival on October 25th, 26th of this year. Chief Link, I have your name besides this. Do you have anything to add on that?
No.
Okay.
You got what I got in the request. We don't have any objection to it.
Do you want to tell us about the film phobia? Okay.
I believe this is the second year for the Phobia Film Festival, Mr. Mayor. So
Yeah, I think
it was
so.
pretty successful last year. So.
Okay, so any other questions? If not, we'll show that we're going to move this one forward. Is there anything else to come before the work session?
I have something.
Mr. Jeffrey.
So I think this would be for Tom. So I go down West Franklin Street quite a bit. For the last at least 2 months, there's a black pickup truck that's sitting in the front driveway that's up on blocks, has no tires. Don't think it has a license. How long do we go before we abate or tow that?
We have a few locations in town that we're working on right now, and so, I mean, we could send them a notice to tow those, and if they're in the, depends on if it's in the driveway, I mean, in the right of way or up in the yard. So I'll have to see which one it is and look into it. We have several. I know I'm trying to actively get removed. Our code officer is working with several property owners trying to get wheels and tires back on vehicles, but we're getting close to probably a big round of towing.
Well, I know I should have the address, so I'm sorry about that, but
No,
it's a modern, relatively modern vehicle. It's not like a junk in the backyard. It's sitting right in the driveway and it's up on, it looks like it's something over in East St. Louis or something.
no, we have another one in town that's got 3 cars in the yard with some partially in the right of way, some over the sidewalk, some in private property with 3 wheels and tires off. And so they've got, I forget, a few days left before we tow that one. So it may be the case on that one as well. I just don't know where we're at with all those. But
All right, thank you.
Okay, anything else? No? Well, hearing none, I ask for a motion to adjourn
So move.
the work session. We got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.